What's good, Bit Rushers? My name's DeFi Brains, and you're back for another edition of weekly NFT news here on BitRush Crypto. You know the routine. Before we get into all the content, make sure you give us a thumbs up if you are enjoying the content, sub to my channel, bell on to be notified, links in the description, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and here we go. And if you guys wouldn't mind doing me a huge favor, come on over to Twitter and follow my brand ABRAXAS at ABRAXAS_DAO. If you want a little more access to me and what I got going on, we're building some really cool stuff, so you can join over here on the link tree or just type it into your browser manually, discord.gg/ABRAXAS. And again, the Twitter is ABRAXAS_DAO. Thank you guys, and here we go. Okay, in our first piece of news here, we have Amazon CEO Andy Jassy says Amazon could sell NFTs in the future after releasing their first Amazon shareholder letter since taking over from Jeff Bezos' role as CEO in July of 2021. Andy says that the international online retail platform Amazon could potentially sell non-fungible tokens in the future. I think it's possible down the road on the platform, he was quoted saying in an interview with CNBC. He adds he doesn't own any Bitcoin or NFTs and doesn't think Amazon is close to adding crypto payments in the future, but he believes crypto will become more significant over time. Should Amazon adopt NFTs into its platform, it would compete with others, the likes of online retailers of eBay, which began selling NFTs in 2021. So again, guys, this article doesn't really say a whole lot other than it's a possibility in the future, but it is something cool. The big brand like Amazon, I mean, they're basically the largest retailer online at this point. If they were to get in, that would be absolutely huge news. But essentially what they're doing is they're hiring some people, web-focused strategy and product roadmap, and just looking to kind of see what they have available, what they can do, how they can use their resources. I'm sure it's just brainstorming at this point, but it says the company still has open positions for blockchain-based roles, such as senior project manager for the Amazon Web Services AWS blockchain team. Moving on to something really cool here, we have Archie Comics and Palm NFT Studio wants fans to co-create the comics future series. This is Archie Comics is one of the first major comic book companies to launch its characters into Web3. An integral NFT collection is inspired by the chilling adventures of Sabrina. American comic book publisher Archie Comics, known for its iconic Riverdale characters, is leveraging the blockchain to develop fan-generated art and stories, as well as Archie-inspired non-fungible token collections. According to the company, the Archieverse intends to empower Archie comic fans to author the brand's future through generative storytelling. Its writer's room invites fans to create and submit new storylines for their characters. The creators of selected submissions, which will be directly rewarded and granted story credits in the future comic series integration. So this is really cool, guys. If you don't remember my project back in October, the Crypto Pumpkin Patch, we did try to do something very similar to this. I tried to create like an RPG room where people could choose their character of their favorite NFT that they held in their wallet and tell the backstory of that character and add to the main story. We also did a story competition, ultimately had a winner, which we are turning into a comic book in the near future. We just didn't get a whole lot of people on a small community, so I think someone else doing that idea on a much bigger scale is really awesome to see. I really like the idea, which is why I tried to implement it myself into my NFT series, the Crypto Pumpkins. So yeah, I may be looking at trying to join up and do this because I think it's a really great idea of like an online role-playing game where your character is based on your NFT and then you get to help tell that story. So really great idea, guys. Hope to see they're successful, as they do have a much larger following and community than my Crypto Pumpkin Patch. But either way, I support them on the idea. I think it's definitely the future of where storytelling needs to go, being interactive and a little bit of RPG involved. So yeah, really happy to see that here, guys. If you want, again, read the full article. All the links of all the articles are in the description below. Next in the news here, we have a little bit of a negative kind of story here. We have Meta plans to take nearly 50% cut on the virtual asset sales in the metaverse. Just coming down a little bit, you can see this here. It says Facebook's parent Meta is planning to take a cut of up to 47.5. They rounded that up to 50% in the title of sales of the digital assets in the virtual reality platform Horizon Worlds, which is an integral part of the company's plan to create a so-called metaverse. The social media giant announced in a blog post Monday that it is letting a handful of Horizon World creators sell virtual assets within the world they build. which could eventually include NFTs. However, the company failed to mention in the post how much Meta will charge creators for their wares. A Meta spokesperson confirmed to CNBC Wednesday that Meta will take a cut of overall up to 47.5% of each transaction. This includes a hardware platform fee of 30% for sales made through the Meta Quest store, where it sells apps and games for the virtual reality headsets. And on top of that, Horizon World will charge an additional 17.5% fee. So people aren't happy about this, guys. Like, as a creator, you want to be able to, keep a good chunk, and you still got to pay taxes and all of your own costs. So having 50% right off the top plus another 20% to good old Uncle Sam, that leaves you to basically about 30%. And then if you have any costs involved in that, you're probably down to very slim margins on this stuff. So as artists and creators, that doesn't make anyone happy. This is exactly why we need to support decentralized platforms. This is the whole point of kind of crypto and NFTs in the metaverse, is we don't need these big tech giants. They're going to get in and do it anyway, but it seems like they're still trying to just basically take all the lion's share of the funds from themselves. I'd really love to see them lower that down. Like OpenSea right now is only taking 2.5% of NFTs they sell on their platform, and they're still making billions of dollars. So I definitely don't see a need to have it at 47.5%. Maybe that with like this negative backlash they're getting here in the media, they'll drop it down a little bit. I think even the 17% just within the store is pretty high. Essentially, it doesn't promote creators to want to build in your platform. Like, as somebody who kind of owns the platform or whatever, you'd think they would want to promote more and more creators. They'd want to get everyone in, all the best artists, all the small time people to get in here, be creative, and build on their platform, which is usually what we see from most people out there. Like, just as an example, the game engine Unreal 5, everything is completely free to use all of their software and platforms until you make over $1 million, which makes it really easy for small time people to get in and start building on their platform. I'd like to see something more like that here from Facebook and not just be going after the money. Obviously, they have shareholders and all that kind of good stuff. They need to hit their mark and get their shares up or whatever, but it's just absurd to see 47.5%. That's my take, and I think that's the take of pretty much everyone out here in the cryptoverse, the metaverse, whatever you want to call it. Facebook, if you're ever watching this, it's not too late to change, to give back to the people, to empower people, creators, artists, storytellers. That's what this is all about here in the metaverse. So lower these fees and we'll jump on your platform. We have another game giant right here. Sega hints at the inclusion of NFTs and metaverse elements in its super game proposal. So this article is kind of vague. It doesn't really explain what the super game is, but it says Sega, one of the most influential Japanese game developer companies, has provided more details about its super game initiative and how new technologies like NFTs and the metaverse might be included in it. The company details that the super game framework includes a series of requirements that games under this new philosophy must meet. According to an interview, the requirements in these games must be met are to have a multi-platform release, a global multi-language development, a simultaneous world release, and to be developed as AAA titles with big budgets associated. All of the points in these games are being developed as a global blockbuster. Sega executives did not limit themselves to explaining only the new initiative for the near future. In the interview, they referred to the future of the blockchain company and the future of the gaming as a whole. Sega producer declared, "It is a natural extension for the future of gaming that will expand into new areas such as cloud gaming and NFT. We're also developing Super Game from the perspective of how the different games can be connected to each other." So that is really cool to kind of see that they're connecting them together. They're implementing blockchain and NFTs into this super game technology they're building. Really good to see the big brands, as I mentioned, I say this every week, but the more big brands we get coming on board, the more the normies are going to buy in, the more the market cap's going to rise, the more opportunities for great people out there, the artists, creators, storytellers, to be empowered with their work and their content. And another piece of metaverse news here with the big brand. We have Coca-Cola new limited edition drink, tastes like pixels and comes with a Fortnite code. Kind of gimmicky here that they're saying it was born in the metaverse and it tastes like pixels. Like, realistically, what do pixels taste like, guys? Like, I mean, just seems like a stupid kind of branding marketing ploy that they're doing here, but definitely aimed at smaller kids and teenagers, I was imagine. So it's good to see that it's at least a sugar-free drink here. They're not trying to hop these young kids up. But either way, do I think, this is going to take off and sell? Absolutely not. I actually read another article, and if you guys want, this will be linked in the description, but another article I read kind of said it didn't taste that good compared to normal Coke Zero or whatever. I don't drink Coke or Coke Zero, to be honest with you guys. I don't drink a lot of soda in general. More of like an iced tea type guy myself, but still cool to see that they're implementing in with one of the big franchises in the games and things like that, that they're linking up with Fortnite, and there's a special exclusive game that you can play if you buy the drink. So that's cool just to see that they're kind of implementing gaming and the metaverse into their marketing. But at the same time, is it just gimmicky? Absolutely. Whatever. That's Coca-Cola. They're getting news. They're on my feed here. So good job to your marketing department. And final article here is we have the premier NFT platform marketplace partners with the Holoverse to auction first of its kind hologram of Da Vinci's masterpiece. So we have right here the premier marketplace for rare and authentic digital artworks today announced that Holoverse, the first company to tokenize historical masterpieces with rights to make them holographic NFTs, is releasing a first of its kind NFT of Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece La Bella Principessa, which will be auctioned at April 21st, 2022, starting bid at $100,000. Using this groundbreaking technology of old master artworks can now be available when people do not have access to the originals. So my Italian's a little rusty, but I think that's the beautiful princess is what that stands for, that piece right there. And so really cool piece here. It says that they're making it into a hologram, which I think is really cool. Turning old artwork into new stuff just as an NFT doesn't really appeal to me, but putting it on like a holographic technology and kind of making it spin 3D in real life, or even having this digital frame here you could put on the wall, I think is really cool. And I do see a need for that in the terms of like everyone can't buy like a $10 million piece of artwork or whatever this thing costs. So even at $100,000, I think is high for me. I'm not a big time art collector, I don't own any Da Vinci's or Picasso's or anything like that. But if you're that type of person that you do like to collect high-end artwork and you got the funds, and you obviously can't afford to get a museum quality original from Da Vinci, it would still be cool to have like a holographic edition in your house on the wall frame, that, or even just sitting in the middle of the room that rotates. Maybe it will be interactive in the future too. You can kind of spin it with your hand or something like that. So I really like the idea of using holographic holograms, whatever you want to call it, as an NFT. I think that's really cool. And I'm not sure, all the technology they have involved here, but if you guys want to dig in a little bit more, again, all of these articles are linked in the description below. All right, so that's going to be everything for today's news. If you guys do enjoy my weekly news edition for NFTs, please do slap on that thumbs up button, as it does help with my algorithm. Also share it on social media, maybe with your friends or family or anyone else, all your other DGen buddies who care about NFTs and NFT news. Let's help spread this thing, get it worldwide. I'd love to be your #1 source for NFT news in the future here. We are trying to grow the channel out, so again, thumbs up, sub to the channel, share it, leave me a comment below, and links in the description for all of my social media, including DeFi Brains on Twitter and my own brand, ABRAXAS, at ABRAXAS_DAO. Thank you guys again. We'll see you next week. Happy crypto. Let's keep getting those NFTs.